Good morning. Welcome to Bar Coast. My name is Sarah Kimball, and today is our last Sunday morning live stream. Tomorrow the studio opens and there's still some spaces left for the 9:15 class if you want to sign up. And my next virtual live stream class will be the Wednesday 9:15 morning class. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being here throughout all of this. I'm so happy to be a part of this community. Take a moment to come into a comfortable position to begin your practice. I'm choosing to stand right now. Often I'm choosing to stand at the beginning of my practice. But if you would like to be lying down or in a seated position or even in downward facing dog or child's pose, these are all fine choices. So take a moment to come into your position to start your practice right now. And as you settle into your space, get a sense of what part of you is touching the ground right now. Really allow that part of you to sink into the ground. And then feel the length of your spine. Let your neck soften and your jaw soften. Allow your eyes to soften. Together, take a full breath in. Open your mouth wide. And now take a moment to set your intention for practicing yoga right now. Some days our intention may be a very personal thing. Some days we may be really feeling the effects of life around us, things that are happening in our world, in the world. Please remember, you can always use this time of setting an intention to rather dedicate your practice towards someone or something. You can also take this time to ask for clarity in something, and then watch what messages arise from your body through practice. We'll offer our intentions up with the universal vibration of Om. Inhale together. Make your way to the front edge of your yoga mat, please. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right leg back to lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank. Bring your knees down, lower onto your belly, Sphinx pose. Exhale, forearm plank. 2 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale the air out. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step forward into lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step forward into your fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back to lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plank pose. Together, breathe in. Exhale, Sphinx pose. Lift your chest. Forearm plank, draw your lower ribs up. Lower yourself down to Sphinx. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale to lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right leg back to lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank. Lower onto your belly, locust pose. Reach your arms back. You're trying to create even sensation through your whole body, not trying to create one point of greater sensation or stretch. We're looking to unify the whole state of your being. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, left leg back to lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plank pose. Together, breathe in. Lower onto the floor, locust pose. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Forward bend, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. High lunge, step your right leg back. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank. Lower onto your belly, cobra pose. Like you are a river and there's no point of obstruction within the body. That's what you're looking to create by moving the angle of the body around. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Bend your Straighten your legs, mountain pose. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high lunge, left leg back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale in plank. Exhale, cobra pose. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward bend. Lift the tops of your thighs up. Utkatasana, inhale. Straighten your legs, mountain pose. Utkatasana. Sit down, Navasana. Inhale and boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, back up. Cross your ankles. Roll forward into plank. Inhale in plank. Chaturanga, move forward. Upward dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Jump up to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward bend, exhale. Utkatasana, breathe in. Straighten your legs, mountain pose. Utkatasana. Navasana. Ardha Navasana. Okay, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand and bring your back knee to the floor. Walk your heel to the edge of your mat and turn your toes off your mat for lizard pose. And now lift your ribs up and turn your ribs towards your front leg. You can stay with your right hand on your right knee, or you can reach your right arm up to the sky. Or there's probably 1,000 other variations you could do right now. But notice if you are chasing sensation, or if you're trying to distribute the energy through the whole body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Bring your back knee to the floor. Walk your heel to the edge of your mat and turn your toes off. Lizard. Turn your ribs towards your left leg. Lizard with a twist. It's really easy to get caught up in sensation, to chase sensation. In yoga, we're working towards a state of pratyahara, to let the senses work for us rather than us working for the senses. The senses give us information, help us find our way. But they are not the master. Downward facing dog, exhale. Stay in down dog or inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the floor. Locust, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Together, breathe in. Exhale out. Inhale your right leg up. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Bring your back knee to the floor. Setting up lizard again on the right side. Now this time in lizard, we're going to come forward with your chest. So you might just walk your hands forward. Or you might bring your forearms down onto the ground. We're not chasing a shape either, but we're creating. For me, I'm so what I'm trying to do is expand the container of my body without creating one pinpoint sense of sensation. How far can I expand before I get caught up in the feeling of it? And your deep Ujjayi breathing helps you to keep that fluid sense throughout the whole body. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, lizard pose. Come forward until you stop. And then when you stop, start to breathe deeper. And now the breath is really the best feedback system you have. If you're unable to breathe deeply, you might be overstretching yourself. If you can't breathe in and out of your nose and you're not congested, you might be overexerting yourself. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in down dog or inhale to plank. Chaturanga or the floor. Cobra, locust, or upward dog. Downward facing dog. Together, breathe in. Exhale out. Raise your right leg to the sky. Bring your right knee forward, coming into your high pigeon pose. Say good morning to this body right now. As though this posture could set the tone for your whole day. How are you receiving yourself? How are you meeting the moment? Come onto your forearms. Turn your left forearm in and hold on to your right knee. And adjust as you need to. You're using the body, the earth, to create a structure that you can flow through. The breath can flow, the water in the body can flow. Turn your ribs towards the right. One more breath here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Raise your left leg to the sky. Bring your left knee forward, high pigeon. Some days listening is easy. Some days listening is hard. Bring your right forearm down, hold on to your knee with your right hand. Lift your ribs, turn your ribs towards the left. Listen to the breath. Listen to the sensations. Listen not to fight with yourself, but to allow the listening to change you. Allow the listening to open you. Downward facing dog. chaturanga or the floor. Up dog, locust, or cobra pose. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Together, breathe in. Big exhale out. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot between your hands, coming up into your high lunge position. With eagle arms, bring your left elbow underneath your right. Let your breath find that space between your shoulder blades. Come forward with your chest until you're standing on your right leg, airplane pose. You can keep your eagle arms or go ahead and release your arms like wings. Good. Step back in a high lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale in plank, and then however you want to get to downward facing dog. Together, inhale. Exhale the air out. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot forward, coming into high lunge. With eagle arms, bring your right elbow under your left. Press your forearms into each other. Dekasana airplane, come forward until you're standing on your left leg. Step back in a high lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale in plank. However you want to get to down dog. Take a long exhale out. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, half Gomukhasana arms. Bring your left hand to your upper back and your right hand to your elbow. As you inhale, let your breath hit the sensation and expand the space. As you exhale, relax into emptiness. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms out to the side. Inhale here. Exhale, turn your ribs towards the right. Stay right here or bring your left hand outside your right knee and your right hand in the back of your pelvis. Stay right here or bring your left elbow outside your right knee and fold your hands in prayer. Stay right here or tuck your back toes under and lift your back thigh up. Stay right here or open your arms wide. One more inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank. Go straight to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Stay in down dog or inhale to plank. And then move however you'd like to downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, take another inhale. Exhale the air out. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot between your hands. Bring your back knee to the floor. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale your right hand to your upper back and your left hand to your right elbow. The face is soft. The eyes are soft. The jaw is soft. And the part of you that's touching the ground is actively engaged with the ground. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms to the side. Together, breathe in. Exhale, turn your ribs towards the left. This is a fine twist. Feel free to add your hands if you'd like. Feel free to bring your elbow to the outside of your knee. And now you may get into a posture and realize, no, that's not the right choice for today. In which case, shift and adapt. This is not about forcing the body. It's about receptivity. Stay with your knee down or lift your back knee up. Stay with your hands in prayer or open your arms wide. Together, one more inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank. Exhale straight to downward facing dog. Together, breathe in. Together, breathe out. Inhale, plank. Exhale onto the floor. Bring your forearms down for Sphinx pose. Inhale in Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale here. Exhale, dolphin. Walk your toes towards your elbows till you need to stop. We'll take 3 breaths here. Walk yourself back to forearm plank. Draw the lower ribs up. Exhale, lower down to Sphinx. Lift your chest, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale together. Exhale together. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot forward, coming into your warrior 2 pose. Feel your feet. And then from there, soften that right knee, set it right over your ankle. One more inhale. Big exhale out. Straighten your front leg, come forward into your triangle pose. As you arrive in a new posture, you see the landscape. Your eyes, your inner eye might get fixed on a certain sensation. That sensation might feel really good or really bad. Ultimately, we're moving towards neutral. You want to find the space where it's not that sensation. The whole body has equal awareness. Last inhale. Back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank, and then however you want to get to downward facing dog. Together, inhale. Exhale out. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot between your hands, warrior two. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Two more breaths. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the floor. Locust, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale in downward facing dog. Together, breathe in. Exhale out. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot forward, warrior two. Side angle, come forward with your chest. And as you come forward, be sure you're using that back leg just as much. So from your left heel out through your left middle finger, even sensation. Come forward in a half moon pose. Feel your foot firmly on the ground and your knees soft and fluid. Your torso receptive to the air and equally receptive to letting it go. Bend your front knee, step back in a warrior two. Straighten your front leg, turn your toes to the left, bind your hands at your lower back. Press into your feet, lift the front rim of your pelvis up. Wide-legged forward bend. Lean far enough forward into your big toes and your pinky toes that you can feel gravity catch a hold of your spine and pull you downward. One more breath here. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. From here, turn your right toes halfway out towards the right. Bend your right knee over your ankle and place your left hand directly under your chest. Good. Straighten your right leg, point your And then your left toes, point them halfway out to the left, knee over ankle. As you come into this posture, your torso is centered between your legs. See if you can feel both heels, both big toes, and now both pinky toes as well. One more inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward bend. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the front of your mat, step back into plank. Inhale in plank. Chaturanga or the floor. Inhale into the back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Together inhale. Together exhale. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. From warrior two, come forward, side angle pose. Let your legs hold you. One more breath into your right ribs. Exhale, forward in a half moon. Be like the trees out there. Feel your solid roots and let the upper body move with the air. One more breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Walk your feet in a little closer. And now we'll take the feet out 45 degrees into our high squat. Let your hands rest on your knees, but don't sink and collapse. They're just there supporting you. You're mostly in your legs. Try to find the space of working hard without struggling. Can you find that fine line before you push yourself too far, but you're still challenged? For some of you, that's happening right now. Some of you may need to come a little bit lower down. But notice if you start to move into the struggling, the pushing, the forcing. One more breath in. Exhale, wide-legged forward bend. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, hands to the front of your mat, plank pose. Inhale in plank. Chaturanga or the floor. Locust, cobra, or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Together, breathe in. Together, breathe out. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot between your hands. Bring your back knee to the floor. And then stand up on your legs. Bring your right hand down alongside your body to the floor. You can walk it out to the right as far as you'd like. And now reach your left arm up. Notice if there's equal weight in all parts of you touching the ground. One more inhale. Exhale straight to downward facing dog. Inhale together. Exhale, soften your upper back. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. As we move into open studio, the first bit of time, our focus as a group will be straight up flow, just to get reacquainted with ourselves in a public space. And then with the next new moon, we'll shift our focus into back bending. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the floor. Locust pose, 3 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Exhale all your air out and jump to your hands. Halfway lift, catch the inhale. Bow forward into emptiness. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Step your left foot halfway back in space. Bind your hands at your lower back. Inhale, lift the front of your pelvis up. Exhale, bow into that right leg, pyramid pose. Two more breaths. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward bend, exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Step your right foot halfway back on your mat, bind your hands. Inhale, lift the front of your pelvis up. Exhale, bow into your left leg. As much weight as you have in that left foot, put in that right foot as well. Spread the sensation between both points touching the ground. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Step your left foot halfway back on your mat, and this time come halfway to standing. Keeping this lift in your torso, this length in your spine. Bring your left hand down to your shin, the floor, or the block, and reach your right arm up, revolve triangle. We take the body through all the different shapes so we can notice when we get stuck in sensation, when we are chasing, when there's obstacles. And then the work is to create sama, evenness, samadhi. Hands down, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Step your right foot halfway back on your mat. Come halfway to standing. So here, adjusting the weight to support the torso. Keeping this lift, this length. Now, your revolve triangle. Your deep, deep breath. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit on the floor, Navasana pose. Inhale in your boat. Exhale your low boat. Inhale back up, cross your ankles however you want to get to down dog. In down dog, take a long exhale out. Inhale your right leg up. Step your right foot between your hands, bring your back knee to the floor. We'll do our split. Walk your right foot forward, and then walk your left leg back. And you're split somewhere in between the two. Stand on your legs. Toes and knees straight up or straight down, rather than to the side. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down, remove your support. Walk your back knee forward until you can step into plank. Inhale in plank, chaturanga or the floor, cobra, locust, or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Together, breathe in. Together, breathe out. Inhale your left leg up. Step your left foot between your hands, bring your back knee to the floor. For your split, walk your left leg forward and your right leg back. So those of you who practice with me regularly know I have a year-long curriculum that I develop at the beginning of the year on what I'd like to see us as a group work through. And this time of year, this May to June period, is always our straight up flow period as we have our summer residents arriving and people leaving, coming out of school, all that kind of stuff. It's a time for us to get reacquainted always, and a time for me to watch you again midpoint of the year and see if what I want to work on is kind of in line with what's going on with your body collectively. Now my thinking is that we might have gotten a little sloppy in our back bends while we've been sheltered, and also we might have done more sitting, and back bending is the opposite of that. So that's why that's the first point that we're going to move into is a group. If you have something that you want to see in the next year be worked on, please feel free to let me know. Bring your hands to the floor. Walk your back knee forward until you can step into plank. Inhale in plank, chaturanga or the floor, locust, cobra, or upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Inhale together. Exhale, bend your knees and jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward bend, exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Balancing. Stand on your left leg and lift your right knee up. And take your right leg out to the right. Now bring your right heel onto your left leg and stand in your tree pose. And one things that you will not see happening in this first phase of the studio reopening in my practice is we will not be doing our handstands or any work at the wall because we're going to be staying on our mats. But it's okay to take breaks from postures, and it doesn't mean that you lose the posture because all the elements of the posture are still within the rest of your practice. You're working on them whether we're talking about it or not. Take another breath here. Exhale, step your right foot down to the floor. Inhale your left leg up. Take your left leg out to the left. And now bring your left heel to your right leg, tree pose. In Sanskrit, tree pose is Vrksasana. And in Sanskrit, handstand is Adho Mukha Vrksasana. Handstand is downward facing tree pose. So tree pose is upward facing handstand. And the foot on the floor is what teaches us how to balance on the hands. Step your left foot down to the floor. Inhale your right leg up. Take your index and middle finger around your right big toe. Draw your heel into your pubic bone. And then send your right foot out in front of you till you stop. From here, take the leg out to the left. And so the part of you touching the ground is where balance happens, whether it's your hands or your feet. You might have more weight in the heels, the big toe, or the pinky toe. And that's shifting as the body weight above the foot moves around in the air. Bring your right heel back to your pubic bone and step your foot down to the floor. Lift your left knee up. Take your index and middle fingers, aka peace fingers, and wrap them around your big toe. Lift up, extend out, and then expand your leg to the left. A lot of people think balance happens in the core. The core supports balance by uniting the upper part of the body and the lower part of the body. So the more contained the core is, the less wobbling there is. There's less that the thing touching the ground has to adapt to and respond to. The core unifies the being, and the thing touching the ground balances it. Bring your heel back to your pubic bone and step your foot down to the floor. Stay standing or take a half sun salutation with me. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. And now into your dancer pose. Lift your right leg up. Take a hold of your foot or your ankle. And now think about your thigh going back in space as your chest comes forward. As you inhale, inhale to where you feel the sensation and sort of erase that edge. As you exhale, relax into space. Step your right foot down to the floor. Lift your left leg up. Go down to go up, and then go back to go forward. Some days are easier than other days. Step your foot down to the floor. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Utkatasana, breathe in. Sit on the floor, Navasana. Inhale, Ardha Navasana, halfway down. Inhale, back up, cross your ankles, roll forward to plank. Inhale and plank, and then lower yourself all the way down onto the floor. Bring your forearms down onto the mat, Sphinx pose, please. Forearm plank. Dolphin. Try to relax your neck here. Try to relax your upper back. Walk your feet back, forearm plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to Sphinx. Inhale in Sphinx, and then lower all the way down to the ground. Good. Locust pose, lift up. Now you can stay in locust pose or bend your knees and grab your ankles. We'll do two. Rest. Locust pose. You can stay in locust pose or do a bow. Three more breaths. Lower yourself down and rest. Inhale, cobra pose. One more breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, jump through your hands onto your seat and lay down onto your back. Bridge pose. Set your feet underneath your knees, press down and lift your hips up. One more breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down and rest. Together, inhale. And exhale. Again, press into your feet, lift your hips up. Stay in your bridge pose or set your hands for your wheel pose. Now this is one of the places where we really start to chase sensation sometimes. You want to create evenness from your feet out through the tips of your fingers, everywhere in between. Lower yourself down and rest. And now the breath is going to give you that information. If you find that you are not able to regulate your breath, it will probably get a little shorter being in a back bend. But if you're not able to regulate it anymore and it's getting really choppy, that's a good feedback that you're pushing yourself too hard. Go back up again, third back bend. Perhaps you asked a question in your practice, perhaps you made a dedication, or perhaps you set an intention. Can you embody that now? And rest. We'll do one more back bend today in this practice. Inhale together. Exhale together. And when you're ready, go back up again. And when you're ready, lay on your back. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees fall towards the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana. Yoga philosophy says it's not that what we think is wrong, or what we feel is wrong, or what we see is wrong. It's that it's only the partial view. It's not the totality of the moment. And that's what our suffering comes from, not seeing the totality, not seeing the bigger picture. Seeing a wave and mistaking it for the ocean. Supta Baddha Bhustasana, bend both knees, bring both feet flat on the floor. Draw your right leg into your chest and then reach your right heel towards the sky. You can stay using no hands, great way to practice. You could interlace your hands behind your right thigh. You could reach up with your right hand and take a hold of your foot. Or if you have a strap, you can strap your right foot. You can keep your left knee bent, or you can extend your left leg long. Please remember, if you're coming to the studio to practice, there will be no props available to you. I don't know that there will be any hand towels either, so you need to bring your own towels, your own blocks, your own mat, your own strap, or a scarf. Allow your leg to move out to the right. Again, you can use your arms as support, or you can just work with your hip muscles. Bring your leg back up to center. Now take the leg over to the left. As you move the leg over to the left, it can become a point where we chase sensation or shape, trying to get the foot down to the ground or whatever you're trying to create. Can you keep your right shoulder on the ground? Can you be as much with the right side as you are with the left side? Excellent. Come back up to center and release the foot. Draw your left knee into your chest. Reach your left leg to the sky. And then take your variation of Supta Baddha Bhustasana on the left side. Open the leg out to the left. Bring the leg back up to center. Take the leg over to the right. Come back to center. Bend both knees, both feet flat on the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Roll onto your left hip until your right foot finds the floor. Place your left hand on top of your right foot if you can. As you press your left hand down, bring your right shoulder back onto the mat. Two more breaths. Come back to center, bend both knees, both feet flat on the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Roll onto your right hip until your foot finds the floor. Good, come back to center. Draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a good squeeze, and then rock yourself up to a seated position. Sit with your right shin in front of your left shin. Square position. Turn your chest to the right and fold over your right knee. Extend your left arm straight, keeping your left fingertips on the floor. Inhale, sit up. Bring your left shin in front of your right shin. Good. Turn your ribs towards the left and fold over your left knee, extending your right leg long. One more inhale. Inhale, come up. Gomukhasana pose. Sit with your right knee on top of your left knee. Sit on a block if you need to. Walk your right hand out to the right. Take your left arm up and over. One more inhale. Exhale, come back up. Sit with your left knee on top of your right knee. Take a moment to get situated. Subtle little adjustments can make all the difference. Walk your left hand out to the left. Reach your right arm up and over. Good, come all the way back up. Extend your legs out in front of you. Give them a good shake. Hands back behind you. Press down, lift your chest, lift your chin. And now lift up into your reverse tabletop. Good, and then lay yourself down to rest. Final resting pose, Shavasana. Allow yourself to get situated here, to make yourself comfortable. Take a last long inhale. Open your mouth wide. Just for a moment, go thoughtless. Go effortless. Simultaneously sink and rise. You are always floating somewhere right in between. For those of you who are able to continue resting, please feel free to continue resting. For those of you who are ready to move on with your day, please come to a comfortable seat and we'll sit together. Take a moment to feel the part of you touching the ground. And the part of you lifting up. Bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you for sharing your practice. May our practice be a benefit to everyone we meet today and all beings everywhere. Together, the universal hum. Om. Inhale. Raise your thumbs to your brow. Together, we bow and say, Namaste. So, some of you I will see tomorrow, Monday at 9:15. Some of you I'll see again virtually on Wednesday at 9:15. For those of you that are coming to the studio, please know we can't hang out and chit-chat in the studio after practice. We have to step outside of the building for that. So once everyone leaves the room, I will also step outside into the parking lot and take any questions you might have about your practice. Thank you so much for being here. We wouldn't be here without you. Happy Sunday.